Hi, it's Susie. I drew a fairy card. I'm not gonna draw one, I drew one. But I had recorded something that I was adding to the end of the video, and when I was piecing them together, I lost the video of me drawing the card. And I don't want to draw another one because I do feel that the card is the card, and it is Oh That Gnome, which is the very first card that we drew from day one of the 40 days. So he's come back to us again, which is great because, if you've been through the process, we've done all this work, and now good, there's another thing, to kind of like, it's breaking a habit and doing something different and better. So we do it again. Or if you're just drawing it today, he is about breaking habits and replacing it with something better. So he really speaks of a creative chaos, which sometimes happens when you're making a change. It gets a little like that, before it gets better, but that creativity is wonderful. And he also talks about taking a leap of faith, and literally says, leap into the air and see where you come down. And he says that reasonable risks are okay, and even unreasonable risks are probably okay. And he says that, knowing that if you're using your intuition and you're using your truth, that you're going to be fine. And that he doesn't say this, but I'm going to say that a lot of times that truth is not really the conventional, normal way. It's usually, especially here in the Western world, sometimes a little bit outside of that conformity almost. That is, everybody's doing this, everybody's like that. But I feel that this feels right to me. And it's kind of like just taking little steps towards that. This feels right to me. And every little step is really big. We can't see that. But even just a little little intention, we can't see that physically right away, but it is a big deal. So Oh That Gnome just reminds us to, really try to do something a little bit different today, even if it's just in your thoughts, because he does say, the very last thing he says, and this is what we read in the book, that's what I mean by what he says, is that to think amazing new thoughts. And that's how everything starts to go, right? We think the thought, then we want to build on that, work towards that. So just think the amazing, good, wonderful new thoughts. Those old thoughts that are not, don't feel good, don't think those. Think all the good, wonderful thoughts of what you want to do. That's what Oh That Gnome is asking us to do. And he kind of does it in a fun way, like, have fun with it, be joyful with it, and change any habit or pattern that does not serve you anymore, and move on to a different way, one little step at a time. And hopefully this time I piece on the part and I don't lose it, but I won't ever trick you. I won't draw another card. That was the card of the day, but you just didn't see me draw it. Okay, so I'm going to add this to the end of the video. I haven't chosen a card yet, but I have my crystals out because I did a little chakra clearing yesterday, and I know I mentioned the crystals yesterday or the day before. So if you don't know chakras and you're curious, you can look it up, but I don't want to take too much time. And so it's that light that I showed that goes through the spine on the Singer of Healing card and the Himself card. They kind of show those beautiful light points to fill up for different kind of purposes, or energy points. So that the sacrum really starts here, and it goes up through the crown. But there's also a base, which is Earth Star, that it goes, it's literally like a star underneath your feet, almost like a magnetic pull to the earth to help ground us. So that beautiful star is called Earth Star. And I literally think about it as a star under the feet when I'm doing it for myself or someone else if they're wanting. And you almost think of that as like going down into the center of the earth, like a connection to that Gaia energy. And then there is like a base point. These are grounding stones, and there's a base point, so I kind of have that as just the pulling down. And then sacral chakra is red. Then it's a rainbow, which I think a lot of you may know if you're interested. And then the navel, orange. Solar plexus is yellow. Believe it or not, this has a yellow hue to it. And then the heart is green. The throat is blue. The third eye, right in the middle of your forehead, is purple. And sometimes I hear these different colors. So if you hear them different colors, that's totally fine. And it is what you feel. And at different times, I picture different colors. I've heard this to be crystal clear and green. And then this to be pink or green, and sometimes white, the heart. So it's the color is interpretation. I do love the rainbow. And then the crown chakra, which is right above the head. And then there are a couple points before you get to this point here. This is now above your head, above your body, which is casual and soul star, but it leads to Stella Gateway, which is this big, beautiful, almost like sun color. And yeah, so then that connects up to the universal energy. So it's very much, like an up and down, but filling up each part. Okay, that's probably enough time, but I'll also quick show you if you're ever doing any intentional meditation and you want to involve the water, air, fire, and earth. I do it with literal water, air. You do your interpretation, that's your candle, and then stones or your crystals, and then I just I like to have a center point. If you're ever doing anything from meditation to chakra work. Okay, I think I already gave you a goodbye, but goodbye again.